All right, we are on. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello, beautiful ladies.
Hello, everyone.
Wow, it has been so awesome to see how this week has unfolded. Who has loved the Goddess Rose Alchemy Summit? I would love to know, just like in one word, what's the word that really anchors into what this has been for you? Like, how have you been transmuting? What has been coming up for you? What's the one word? I always like pulling like the one word that really anchors in something that I'm experiencing. And I'm just so grateful to be here with you today because Monica and you met Monica on day 2.
Yes.
She was sharing clarifying your vision, mission, and purpose. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend you check it out. It's on replay on day 2. We are here to share with you demystifying the online space. And we're going to be sharing the 3 misconceptions that hold conscious entrepreneur, especially women, conscious entrepreneurial women, from starting their businesses or maybe keeping them stagnant in the businesses that they currently have to offer. My name is Saber Bruffy, and I just want to share with you a little bit about why I'm here sharing with you this message, and then I'll pass it on to Monica to introduce a little bit deeper into her story about why she's here sharing this message too. So in 2016, I actually am currently living in Costa Rica. I'm from California in the US. 7 years ago, 2016, I went to Costa Rica by myself, and that was the first time I ever got to travel, like the first taste of freedom, like being in college and working in my 9 to 5. I took a vacation and I had to come back for my job and for my school. And I had massive culture shock, like traveler's depression. And I felt like I wasn't going to have that unless something changed. So I knew that I really wanted to follow my path as a creative woman. And I cut everything. I cut all the cords from my 9 to 5 and my college degree that I was working towards at the time. And I started a handmade business, and I started vending at festivals on the West Coast. And I really felt like I was living my dream for a moment there. For 3 years, I started performing as a belly dancer and making beautiful ritual wear for women and plant medicines for my community. And I ended up going to 26 festivals in 1 year. And I really got super burnt out. And I got to see how a traditional business model, like monetizing a passion of yours, if that's the end all be all, there was a lot of things that I could have done that would have made my life a lot easier. And it's actually why I found this space, because I knew I wanted to get my work in the online space, right? We just need more eyeballs on our offers, whatever it is. And we also need to know like what it is that we're doing is something that we know we're going to want to do for the rest of our life, right? If we're putting so much love, time, and energy to it. So we're going to be sharing with you a solution that both Monica and I and all the women in this amazing summit have found to be able to monetize all of our passions, like all of the different facets of who we are and what it means to be a woman in business. So I'm really excited to share with you these beautiful misconceptions and this beautiful solution. I'm going to pass it on to Monica so she can introduce herself.
Oh, thank you so much, Saber. Well, the one word I would use to describe how I'm feeling from this summit is empowered. I'm feeling so uplifted and so excited, so activated. I am in a super, super high vibe state right now. So I am so excited to share this space with you guys. And what I'm going to share with you is misconception number 1. And I want to do that in the form of my story. So, misconception number 1 is that you have to put more time in to make more money. And let me tell you how I shifted that reality for myself. My name is Monica P. Clark, and I have 3 kids, 14, 9, and 6. And not too long ago, I found myself in a space where I was at a crossroads. I was in a toxic marriage, and my health was beginning to suffer. So I had a choice to make. Either I could stay where I was, and I had food, shelter, and clothing. I was doing okay, but my health was suffering. Or I could take the path less traveled, the unknown path, but the path where I knew I would be able to provide a safer space for my kids, a more elevating environment for myself. And so I dug deep. I was really scared, but I knew I had to make a choice. And so I decided to go out on my own. And as a single parent, I had a choice to make there too. I was like, okay, I know that something's going to have to shift here for me. I know that I'm going to have to make a lifestyle change in order to be able to take care of my kids on my own, emotionally and financially. And how was I going to do that? I'm a nurse. And my one non-negotiable was I will not lose time for with my kids. So I knew I had to find a different way. I saw people tapping into the online space, and I knew that's probably where I wanted to go in order to gain the freedom that I needed to be the best mom, the best provider that I could, but I wasn't quite sure how to do it. And so I started looking. I tapped into source. I went deep. I started meditating. And so what I found is I found a way to shift my reality from time equals money to fun and expansion equals money. I want to tell you a little bit about that. So what I found is that I could tap into a way to share my wisdom, my knowledge, my genius with the world and to monetize it. And this is called a personal brand. So a personal brand is where you share what lights you up. So whether you're a coach, whether you're into tantra, crystals, whether you're into quantum physics and kids, which is my genius, you can tap into that knowledge, share it with the world. It ebbs and flows with you. It never saturates the market. No one can ever take it from you. It's your personal brand, your growth journey. And you're not reaching out to people. You're not begging people to come follow you. You are activating the law of attraction and alignment. So we know that one aligned action is more powerful than hundreds that are not aligned, right? We know that the quickest way to shrink time, to shrink that space between A and B, is aligned action. So you get into alignment and you become a magnet. You become a magnet to your soul tribe. You actively draw them in. They are coming to you. So it's 80% inner work, 20% strategy. You go deep, you grow, and you develop a trust with those around you. So the 20% strategy, Saber's going to dip into that a little bit more with misconception number 2.
Yay. Oh my gosh. I love that. Activating the law of attraction marketing.
Yes.
I love calling it law of attraction marketing, because it's so true. Like learning how to build a personal brand out of all of the different facets of what we are really truly is what people buy from. Like people are buying from people these days. People don't really care about products. And that's kind of like one of the biggest
Connection.
Shifting to right now. Yeah, exactly. Is it doesn't matter about the product specifically or your coupons or your discounts or your
Right.
sales. It's really about you and your why and your mission and where you're going, and like attracting your soul tribe of the women who are like, I want to go with you too. you know?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that.
My pleasure.
I want to share misconception number 2, and that is that conscious entrepreneurs are making one stream of income to become successful. Meaning, so if you have a product, right, or a passion that you want to create this course or create this container, right, and it becomes this beautiful package, it is one stream. And there's many different ways, right, to have multiple streams of income. We can also have our one-on-ones. Maybe we have these products that we make physical or digital. We can also have group containers. We can have some pre-recorded. That's multiple streams, right? Love to share about is having something that is already done for you. Having something that is already done for you, because we can make more jobs for ourselves, right? We can make more jobs for ourselves, which become more wealth channels, is what I like to call them. Or we could tap into something that's already done for us. So it doesn't actually add on to more of the responsibility. Because I don't know about you, but when I came back from Costa Rica 7 years ago, I wanted to start my business because I wanted time freedom. I wanted financial freedom and location freedom. But what I found was that I didn't quite have the time to set up the systems for each idea that I had, that I created into this beautiful product. I was putting so much energy into creating the product and wearing all of the hats that it required to do that, that I didn't have the time to set up the structures and the systems. And that's where it really burned me out. And that's where I see it burns a lot of women out, and a lot of people who are creating these beautiful, like channeled, like heart-centered products that can really birth such amazing impact in the world. But when we do that from a place of lack, like needing to pay our bills, right? Or needing to pay our rent, it starts to kind of taint that container and taint that project. And for me, for my passions, it really started creating a burden out of my passions. And that's not why I started. So that's what drew me into our solution of having an automated system that's already created for you, that is also a high ticket. So you are not going to be hustling and running yourself to the ground with, you sell your product or you sell your course and then it's gone and you have to do it again. This is the idea of like a linear way of making an income, right? When we have to actually show up, when we're expected to come and perform and produce, we are not able to allow ourselves to breathe. We're not able to allow ourselves to really grow as a person. We can focus a lot of our energy into our businesses and make maybe 6-7 figures, right? But it has to not, it gets to come from a place where it doesn't cost you your time with the things that you truly love. We literally get to live in a paradigm with technology and the rise of social media and personal branding where we don't have to sacrifice the things that we truly love that really, really mean something to us in order to make money anymore. So Monica is going to take us into the next misconception, and we're going to wrap this up and see how it can really tie into this beautiful picture where all of this stuff is lifted. Oh, one thing before I pass it on to her is, this was a question I had to ask myself, right? To reflect, of really seeing all of the women and all of the conscious entrepreneurs who are bringing such magic to the world in their products and their services. Well, where is the space to really breathe when we really start scaling, right? If we really want to start scaling our magic, if we really want to start creating the abundance we're creating when it comes from one stream of income, I had to take a look and reflect on like what that looks like on the long road. It's just something to think about. I'm going to pass it off to Monica so she could read us through the third misconception.
Yes, I love that, Saber. Yes, the space. It's like, how do you maintain the space and your values, right? Your soul calling. And so this takes us into misconception number 3, which is that you have to go it alone. You don't have to go it alone. That's the worst way to do it, because then you lose your essence, right? And so let's talk about competition. This is how the old world operates, right? This is the good old boy system where we're basing what we are doing. We're basing every action on scarcity. It doesn't have to be like that. That does not have to be your reality anymore. We have tapped into a space. We have tapped into a community that fully allows us to collaborate. And so what is collaboration? Collaboration is abundance. Collaboration is the veil being pulled back. There are no secrets. What works for one is shared with all so that we can all benefit from this world that we live in, that is a world of abundance. You have mentorship. You have mentors willingly, lovingly activating the give-receive cycle, reaching their hand back to you and saying, come with me, lean on my certainty, let me show you the way. The systems are here. I am here to lift you up. And so we bounce off of one another. It is such a lovely process. And you've had a taste of that within this container because all of these women are collaborating. We are actively co-creating with each other. It is such a lovely, fluid process that is so empowering. And it helps you to crush old paradigms, right? Okay, so not only that, I also don't want to forget to talk about this concept again of aligned action. You are reminded to tap into the unseen forces. That is your community. This again is how you know that you are not going it alone because you're going within, right? you're tapping into all of the unseen energies that are there for you. And you're also encouraged to bring your family along on the journey. There is no separation. You get to fully enlist them. You are encouraged and showed exactly how to fully enlist your family on this journey with you. It gets to be a both and. You do not have to go it alone. That does not have to be your reality at all anymore. All right, Saber is gonna wrap this up for us and recap our 3 misconceptions for you guys.
Yay, thank you so much, Monica. That's so huge. And I just have to say,
Huge.
I'm so grateful for the collaboration in this space because my internet, I live in Costa Rica now. I came back to Costa Rica, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. That I wasn't doing this entire piece alone, and it got to really fold out beautifully. We get to lean on each other's gifts.
Yes.
And stay in our genius zone. So that's what I really, 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 really love about it. So everybody, I just want to remind you all about these 3 misconceptions because this is really, really huge. And I would love for us all to anchor this in. If nothing else you take from this masterclass, to just know that if these 3 misconceptions are a part of how you're operating in your life or in your business, then things get to hours you put in, the more money you make, right? When in reality, the more fun you have, the more money you make, can actually get to be your reality.
Yes.
And for number 2, we went over that conscious entrepreneurs are only making one stream of income to become successful. Hence the need and the actual necessity these days to be able to have multiple wealth channels so we can be in our genius zone. And then number 3 was that we have to go alone, right? But the idea of lifting this competition and the saturation of the market and to collaborate and put our heads together and mastermind together and be mentored by each other and really expand together and lean on our genius zones, this gets to be our reality. And if you implement these 3 things within how you operate in your life and in your business, we promise you everything's going to be so much easier, so much easier.
Yes.
So we want to share with you our solution of how it's really ticked all of these boxes. It's something that we would love to share with you for those who are interested in learning more, because we call this the trifecta of benefits, right? It's a business model that's great for the business, the health, and the planet, right? And I'm going to pass this on to Monica so she can go in depth about these 3 pieces, because this is what you want to have a sustainable, successful, long-term business that's never going to go out of style, and to continue to monetize your content in a way that's going to be of value to the world and in integrity with the values that you want to share. It's so fun. So
Yeah.
fun.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. This is where it gets really exciting. So how do we tap into high ticket commissions? How do we create a reality where 10K months are what we get to claim as ours? So the trifecta of benefits. So this is what Saber and I have tapped into. The most basic human need, water. Yes, water. Okay, so, but it's not just any water, okay? This is water that is produced by a water electrolyzer. So what it does is it creates ionized, hydrogen-rich water that puts your body in an alkaline state. An alkaline state is a state that promotes the greatest health in your body. Okay, so you and your family are consuming this water, experiencing all of the amazing benefits from this water. And not only that, it's produced by a company that's been around for 50 years, almost 50 years. It is a conscious, ethical company. And not only are you drinking the water, but you're bathing in the water. So you're bathing in mineral-rich, chemical-free water. Huge. We know that the water we are consuming today is highly toxic. Our bodies don't even recognize it much of the time. So something around 75% of the world is chronically dehydrated. We have got to shift that, right? So not only are you benefiting physically, your families are benefiting physically, but you are impacting the planet. Like, what is your carbon footprint? This matters to me. We know that it takes plastics hundreds, like over 400 years to break down. By 2050, there's going to be more plastic water bottles in the ocean than there are fish. Like, that is a scary, scary statistic, right? So with this business model, you buy one machine and it benefits you for decades. You buy one machine and you tap into a business model that has existing strategy, existing methods for you, and it will serve you for decades. You step into legacy income and you impact your children and their children's children, and on and on and on. Not only are you tapping into this business model, but you're tapping into the freedom era. And the freedom era is what teaches you exactly how to implement, how to create your personal brand, how to tap into these funnels, how to create all of your social media to have the highest reach. And so let's talk more about the numbers. This is where it gets really, really exciting, right? We get to grow and earn at the same time.
Woo!
Yes.
Oh my gosh. This is so huge.
It is.
Huge. So the big piece of this, right, is this is a patented 8-point system. And I want to share with you just a sliver of this compensation plan. Patented means that there's nothing else like it in the world. It's got an equal level playing structure for anyone involved. So it really just depends on your own efforts, right? And this is a high ticket, meaning that we get to start making 4-figure commissions quickly. And it's so, so amazing. If you think of this as in real estate, right? If you want to go into do you want to sell a lower priced house or a higher priced house? I don't know about you, but I would rather sell the higher price house. So when I'm actually making a sale, that I'm actually making a lot more than it would take for, selling a smaller priced house to maybe sell 500 of them or something to that matter, to sell a nice big house. It's going to give you a nice big chunk of money, right? It's a lot more sustainable. So I just want to give you a quick overview of what kind of commissions you can make. And as you can see, it's structured like a pie. So the more you're getting up to $2,040 per sale. It's so, so incredible. And now I want to also address, because a lot of people, especially like me, the highest priced item I had was a headpiece, right? And I would sell them for like $300, $600. And I would also be making them myself. It was hard sometimes to sell that kind of priced product. And I want to just share with you that we have a whole entire sales team. They are experts and they know all of the ins and outs of this product. They know exactly on a call with anybody who it is that you have that you're referring this to, and they get to close your sales for you. That's literally why we don't have to sell a single thing, but just to monetize our content. So we just get to share and attract the people who are wanting to have financial health and location and time freedom as well, right? So that's a little overview of this. One other thing I want to mention before I pass it on to Monica, so she can show you how easy it can be to make your first 10K months with this strategy. I also want to share that there's a big difference, right, with traditional network marketing and something to this nature, because what we have here is automation, not only so you can not have to sell your own products, but there's no like monthly subscription. So as she said, it's something that's powerfully good for the planet. You're a part of the solution. Not only is this product going to last somebody for decades, but we're also not asking people to purchase monthly subscriptions and send out the packaging and use all the fuel for the shipping. So that's another really huge piece. That's another reason why this gets to be something you could build on the side. It belongs to you for life. And there's no hustle. There's no like need to have to sell a certain amount a month to be able to maintain your high profit commissions. So I'm going to pass it off to Monica because this is really first person. So I'm excited for her to be sharing with you how this can break down into 10K months very, very quickly.
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much. And I also want to point out that there's no rank maintenance. You don't have to keep hitting rank every month. Like you get to a tier, you're there and beyond. Okay. So What happens is, let's say you come in with a business package, boom, you're immediately in your 2A tier. So you're stepping into the higher commission immediately. You sell 3 business packages at that level, you're bringing in $34.62 commission. Your next 3 sales, you're sitting in the 3A lane, so your commissions are higher. 3 business packages equals $5,193 commission. That takes you into your 4A lane. So that next sale, 1 business package brings you $2,308. That's a total of 7 business sales. So already you have activated your 10K month. This gets to be your reality, right? Okay, so we are shifting our paradigm. We're taking aligned action and shrinking point A to point B, right? So Saber's going to go into a little bit more about how this differs from traditional business costs. It's huge.
Yay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how difficult it really can be when you are selling a lower ticket item. And that's where I was when I was hand making all of my products too, like yet another layer, right? It took me so long I don't even think I actually made it to 10K month. I might have, oh wait, I did, but then there was the expenses, right? Which I'm actually going to be talking to you about right now. There was so much overhead model, right? Especially if you're making your own products. Some people even have brick and mortar businesses. Even if you're in the online world, it's your websites, right? It's your funnels. If you don't know what a funnel is, don't worry. If you do know, you know what I'm talking about. it's your marketing campaigns for your emails. It's your Facebook ads. It's all of the employees that you have in the online world, even, right? So a lot of people will go into stock and licensing and insurance and systems to just set it up, as I just touched on. This like really, 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 really racks up massively in a traditional business model. Right? But a lot of it actually doesn't become profit, and it's really unfortunate. But that's why if you could just be savvy and you're leveraging something that's already existing that works and converts, and you're selling it unlike anybody else that's out there because it's through you and your personal brand, not a product, that is the new paradigm of doing business. That's where we get to actually live these days. Isn't that amazing? Like, to be able to leverage something on the back end and make high profit commissions and literally just be not even talking about the product and making the sales through social media. It's mind-blowing. Piece that I had to look at coming from my traditional business model. And I know a lot of people, as I said, who are even doing digital products, there still is a lot of overhead. And here, like, it's all done for you in our platform that she touched on, the Freedom Era platform, where we also get to learn everything it is that we need to learn about personal branding, about what it takes to become the person that we are here to become, about who our soul client is, right? About who it is that we're even here to be. What are we here to even share as value? So I'm going to pass it on to Monica, because she's going to tell us about how piece of this, which is really just the cherry on top. It's why we are all here. It is legacy income.
Yes, this is so huge. You guys, I've never been an entrepreneur. I've never had an online business. This is all new to me. And the fact that I can actually change the legacy that I am creating for my kids is so freaking huge to me. It is so empowering. And I get to do it from a space of authenticity. I get to do it from a space of growth. So this is what I want to point out to you. This is what I want to get you excited about is, look at the center column. It shows 6A2-3. When you hit the 6A2-3 rank, you make $5,000 monthly for life. Okay. And there are people in this community that are actively hitting this rank with ease and flow by taking aligned action. Look at 6A2-4 just below that. Then you've activated $10,000 a month for life. And this is on top of the 5-figure months that you have successfully replicated over and over and over again. I want to give a shout out to Christy and Clint. So they are the founders of the Freedom Era, massive heart-centered leaders, amazing mentors. Chrissy just hit 682-3, and Clint is about to go 682-4. So this is the reality that they have created for their families. And this is where I'm going. Okay. I have planted my flag. I am 100% capable of this, and this is where I am going. So I just wanted to share my passion with you about that and let you know that this container that you're inside of, every single one of us are actively stepping forward in growth and expansion and making this our reality. Okay, Saber is gonna kind of wrap things up and tell you guys how you can step into this massive, massive space of expansion with us.
Ah, thank you so much, Monica, for going over that. Oh, it's so huge.
It is.
Ladies, there is nothing else like it in the world that you can create legacy income, high profit commissions, and learn how to get paid to be you on social media and have the beautiful global support of thousands of women. There are men as well in our community. And I will say, each man that comes in here, there's a reason. They're all amazing.
Yes.
But such beautiful support, right?
Hey Saber, oh my gosh, so amazing to be here, and thank you for such a beautiful introduction. As Saber said, my name is Elena. I live here in Northern California. I've been here my entire life. I'm a surfer girl. I am an out-of-the-box thinker. I am a lifelong entrepreneur who never fit into one of those boxes, right? The corporate box, the 9-to-5 box. And so stepping into this space just absolutely made sense to me. And I wanted to give you a little bit of background and tell you a little bit about my story and what's happened since I have been here 2.5 years. So my background as an entrepreneur most recently was in network marketing. And I just kind of kept hitting my head on that glass ceiling that exists in network marketing because I feel like it has really limited marketing strategy. And it just wasn't satisfying to me. It wasn't in alignment with me. I knew I was here for greater purpose. And when I saw this incredible community and all of the tools for expansion, personal growth, personal development that it offered, I just knew it was such a perfect fit for me. And then in terms of creating abundance and wealth in my life, it gave me not only the tools, but the vehicle and the offer to step into the abundance that I've been wanting to create for my family. And so I can't say enough about this space. Since stepping into this space, I mean, I can tell you in so many different ways how my life has shifted, but truly it has shifted from the inside out. I've been able to create massive abundance. I've been able to get completely debt free. And we're talking, I was starting with like over $40,000 in credit card debt. When I stepped into this space, I've been able to completely eliminate my debt. And so I live in a constant state of abundance. I'm living in a constant state of without that heavy hanging debt, right? And I've stepped into a space of massive possibility. So I've done so much internal work in this space that I've been able to step out of those limiting beliefs that I had as an entrepreneur, step out of those old stories about abundance, money, wealth, success, leadership, all of those things. And I've really been able to tap into who I am here to serve and the greatest journey that I'm on, and just keep expanding on that and expanding on that. So if you're looking at this, obviously you've been spending some days with Saber and some amazing people have come in and shared their story. But I'm just here to tell you, look, if you are even feeling pulled to this in the slightest, I encourage you to take a deeper look at what's here. It has radically changed my life. And I'm just so blessed to be able to work with people just like Saber and welcome you to this community. Please, please, please jump on in and you'll never regret it. Thanks so much for having me, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, ladies. Wow, it is so beautiful and so inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing your story and where you were coming from and where you're going, because this is really, truly what it's all about, right? Where are we going together as a collective?
Yes.
We know that the world is shifting and changing and kind of turning upside down in a lot of ways, right? And it's just calling women who are really ready who are really ready to take radical responsibility, right, of their divine feminines and of their true nature, and step up and share their truth and use this megaphone of social media that we have. I believe, if we're able to use social media for a good message, what can that do? We already know what it does when we have other messages that are bombarding us all over the place, right? A personal brand in this space allows us to be able to counteract that, to be the women who are stepping in our truth, to be the example, to lead by example. So I would love, love, love to empower all of you women, especially those of you who took the time to really go through and dig deep within these workshops, to just tune into your heart right now, because you might be feeling some things. I know that I definitely was when I got to see this. It almost feels like it's too good for it to be true for us sometimes. And sometimes we can start going into the how. But I just want to invite you to take a few moments and breathe into your heart and really just ask yourself, are you truly, truly living the life that you really want to live? Are you spending the time with the people that you know you deserve to spend your time with? Are you making the kind of impact that you really, really, really want to make? Are you making the kind of money that you really want to make? Because for me, coming into this space was beyond the money, right? Like the money was a big piece of it in my immediate goals, but to be a part of something so much bigger and greater than myself, because I know so many other people around the world are also looking for the same thing. We're all looking for the same thing. We all need to have more time with our loved ones and more time with ourselves, and we all need more time to step into who it is we truly are. So to be a part of a community that's literally changing the way that we spend our time and changing the way that we do business and making conscious, aligned money and empowering women and men along the globe along the way, it's huge. So I just want to invite you all. This is your next step. If this is feeling really good, if you're feeling really, really excited right now and you just want to go check out our platform, I invite you to just reach out to the woman who invited you into this summit and just let them know you want the link to the platform. They are the one that will be able to cater you and lead you to this space. And you get to go through a beautiful process. It's called the discovery process for a reason. You get to go through a series of questions and answers, well, your answers, and videos that really help you peel back the layers of what this really is and ask yourself, what does your perfect day look like? What is the impact that you truly want to make? What kind of money do you really want to make? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? This discovery process, nonetheless, will definitely open your eyes, right? And if this is something that isn't for you, I believe you're one step closer to be able to see what is truly right for you. Because I feel like if we are not able to make an educated decision if we don't look at something, because maybe we are in our head, maybe we are getting stuck on how, maybe we are stuck in fear. And I just invite you, when you do come to the person who invited you and ask for this link, if you are scared, if you are feeling a little wonky right now about it, address that. Definitely address that and allow us to help you and guide you, because we all freaking felt it. The moment that we feel like we're on the precipice of a breakthrough, or we're on the precipice of something actually truly working for us, there's a lot that can get in our way. So I just invite you, we are all here just wanting to share the solution with the women who are really truly ready to step into radical responsibility for their life, for their families, for their bodies, for their mission and their purpose, and be a part of something that we've created all together, and be a part of collaborating and doing business in a different way. So we don't have to repeat these misconceptions, right? We don't have to do it alone. We don't have to live by the idea that the more hours we put in, the more money that we make. And we don't have to rely on our passions to become a burden to make our money that is really going to be here to seed the dreams and the projects that we're really here to do. So I have one more woman who I'm going to bring on. Her name is Elena W. Nathy. Sorry about that.
She's
from Santa Cruz, California, which is actually where I'm from. And she is a lifelong entrepreneur. She came into this space 2.5 years ago, actually from former traditional network marketing. And she was working with a lower ticket item. I think she was actually in skincare. I'll have her talk about that a bit. But she came into this space and she really got to peel it back and see the big picture on the globe to step into their power. And I'm so excited for you to hear from her today. Elena, I'm just going to pull you up right here and make you present. So Monica, do you have anything else to say to that?
I have one last thing. So I want to encourage you, amazing goddesses, to feel your way through it. I remember when I first accidentally came upon this space, I found Brooke W. March. And I looked at her and I thought, I don't know what the hell she's doing, but I feel her soul. I feel the freedom that she's experiencing. And I remember saying, I want what she has got. And so if you are feeling that pull in your soul, I would just encourage you to turn off your monkey mind, that thing that tries to protect you, right? And just really feel your way into it and give it a chance. What do you have to lose? Take a chance in stepping into your dreams. So just feel your way through it. Thank you for sharing time and space with us. I love you all so deeply.
Ooh, I almost forgot to mention one very important thing. By the way, Brooke W. March, Monica, and I were hosting an amazing mentorship next month. It starts at the beginning of next month. We don't have a specific date yet. It depends on what works for the group of women who come in and join us in this journey. But we're here to walk you through your first 30 days and really setting up and launching your business so you can start making these 4-figure commissions right away. And Brooke W. March, like seriously, has had massive success, and that woman didn't even know how to save a friggin' photo on her phone. She started this 2 years ago, and I always bring up that story because there's a lot of us that can go into the how, right? But this woman is a prime example of throwing that out the freaking door and just going forward. So being in this community, in this container for that 30 days with us three and some other women in our community, it's going to be massive to all of you for really building the proper foundations. You can really start building this and making this your reality. And we have some beautiful incentives, especially for those of you who want to be fast action takers and who know that you are definitely looking for something right now. So here's what you need to know. When you go into the discovery process, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee trial. We do not want anybody to lose $99 to see what is here and what's possible for them. If it's not for you, you can just get out, take your money back, and we send you off with so much love. We hope you stay in this group to continue staying with us in our ecstatic dances. But the incentives for those of you who come in within the next 48 hours by the end of this weekend on Sunday, PST, you'll be able to receive from me and Monica a personal branding group strategy session. So for those of you especially who are like, I don't really know what the heck I would share, like I don't know what to offer, we are going to drill down with you. What is it that truly matters to you? What is the kind of things that you're excited to share about? And we're going to be workshopping with a group of women. We've got about 5 slots that we are saving for a group of women who want to come in within these next 2 days and come in, go through the discovery process and have this personal branding strategy session so you could be really freaking crystal clear how you're going to move forward. So that's what I wanted to say to you. I definitely did not want to leave that out because that's a really, really big piece.
Huge.
I'm going to be dropping more information about it as the days go by. But other than that, I think that's it for now. Go reach out to the person who invited you to this amazing summit. Let them know you want the link. As I said, if you're feeling wonky, let them know that too. Let us guide you. We know how it is. It's freaking awesome. And this is definitely going to change your life if you are looking for something that's going to take you to the next level. So
thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Have a beautiful one. Bye.
Yes.